The glass trembled in my hand when she said his name. Not because I was surprised, because she smiled. "He's just a colleague," my wife said, lightly, effortlessly, like she was describing the weather. Across the room, the man adjusted his cufflinks, gold, new, the kind you buy when you feel untouchable. He caught my eye for half a second too long, long enough to confirm what my body already knew. This was not coincidence. Music hummed. Guests laughed. Our anniversary banner drooped slightly over the dining table. 20 years in silver letters, a joke hanging by thread. I smiled back at her, practiced, calm. "Great," I said. "I invited his husband to be my guest of honor." Her smile vanished. Just like that. The room didn't notice. Rooms never do. Betrayals happen quietly, between heartbeats, in pauses no one listens to. She opened her mouth, closed it. Her hand tightened around her glass. Wine sloshed dangerously close to the rim. I watched the blood drain from her face and felt nothing. That scared me more than rage ever could. I had known for months, not the details, not the full shape of the lie, but the weight of it. Late nights that smelled wrong, messages erased but never truly gone. A phone turned face down like a guilty child. She had changed the way she touched me, careful, efficient, like a chore done to avoid questions. And then there was my daughter-in-law. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes," she shouted over the phone last week, laughter crackling behind her words, my son silent in the background. I replied calmly, "Enjoy." That night I boarded a flight to Zurich. People mistake silence for weakness, distance for surrender. They don't understand strategy. The villa in Switzerland wasn't revenge. It was confirmation. When I posted the photos, snow-cut mountains, glass walls, light pouring in like absolution, my phone rang 71 times. My daughter-in-law, my wife, numbers I didn't recognize. Greed always panics when it realizes it miscalculated. And miscalculation was the only thing tying them together. "I never confronted," I observed. I pulled phone records with a lawyer's efficiency. Dates aligned too well to be coincidence. Business trips overlapping with his. Hotel reservations under different names but identical timelines. I watched the way she leaned toward him at dinner. Not close enough to be obvious, close enough to be intimate. Controlled breathing, controlled hands. Inside, a storm sharpened itself. I ordered a background check. Then another. His husband didn't exist. Not legally, not biologically. The man was married to ambition. And my wife, she was an accessory. At night, I rehearsed conversations I would never have. Words I would never say. Anger wasted too much energy. Precision didn't. I learned the truth the way surgeons learn anatomy, layer by layer. No emotion. Only structure. When the evidence was complete, I stopped sleeping. Not from fear, from anticipation. The DNA report arrived first. I didn't open it immediately. I already knew what it would say. Our youngest son wasn't mine. I handed the envelope to her across the kitchen table. No accusation, no tremor. "Read it," I said. Her hands shook. Her breath didn't. Denial came later, after the numbers, after the science stripped her stories naked. She collapsed into the chair like gravity had finally remembered her. "It was a mistake," she whispered. I nodded. So was trusting you. Across the room, the phone buzzed again. My daughter-in-law. Another missed call. Everyone wanted something from me. No one had earned it. The anniversary party ended early. I waited until his husband arrived, tall, confused, innocent. I handed him a folder. Photos, records, messages printed in brutal black and white. "Truth doesn't need decoration," my wife screamed. He didn't. He just stared at her. At the man. At the years stolen from him. I poured myself a drink. "To clarity," I said softly. The next morning, I signed the final document. Trust revoked. Access terminated. My daughter-in-law arrived uninvited days later. Tears ready. Apologies rehearsed. I showed her the villa keys. "Not for you," I said. "For people who don't confuse blood with entitlement." She left without another word. Silence followed. Glorious, surgical, permanent. I live alone now. In rooms filled with light and no echoes. I don't miss them. I miss the man I was before I believed love was enough to protect me. Betrayal didn't break me. It refined me. They thought I was the constant. The background, the safe place to exploit. They were wrong. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't beg. I simply stepped out of their reach and let gravity do the rest. Some people lose everything screaming. I lost nothing by walking away in silence.